Hello and welcome to Beyond the Deals podcast. I'm your host, Gabrielle Simmons. Today I have a couple of special guests with us with Divergent Custom Homes. And before I get into these amazing folks, I want to do a quick shout out to our sponsor, Builders Outlet. Builders Outlet is your go-to for cabinets, windows, doors, and trim. You can check them out by going to buildersoutletco.com. Or go to their showroom here in Denver, Colorado, near the stadium, if you know where that is. So thank you guys for being here with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely, thank you.
Brooke and Chris with Divergent Custom Homes. I love your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm looking forward to getting some real estate Dealmakers shirts made. And we had some done, and I'm super not happy with them. So I'm going to have to ask you where you got this.
We can help you out with that.
Brooks came out nicer. We weren't happy with the ones that I had this way to run man.
Oh, darn.
The other ones came today.
Yeah. We got to dial that in. It's important for us to represent, who we are and what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So with that, if you guys could just tell us, who you are. I'll start with you, Brooke, who you are and what Divergent Custom Homes is.
Yeah. So I'm Brooke Mutzbauer, and we started Divergent Custom Homes 2.5 years ago. I had owned a previous building company with different business partners, and this has been a really good partnership. And we started with the focus of the client experience and really doing a good job of educating and helping our client through the whole process.
That's huge.
A lot of contractors don't focus on that.
Right.
And that's really important to us. So along with our trade partners, we really focus on giving the best client experience possible.
I love that. Because I've had very little experience with custom homes, but the little bit that I have had has been almost like where if you're asking too many questions, you're like a nuisance, right? Like, I don't know custom home building. I don't know ground up construction. So of course I'm going to be coming to you with all kinds of questions.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's our job as builders. That's what you're paying us to do, is help you through that process.
Yeah. And educate us, that helps us. So we feel comfortable. We want to go through this project with you now, and we want to go and do more with you because you're not treating us like a nuisance.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Chris, tell us a little bit more about you.
I've been in construction since I was 11. I started working on barns with my uncle, and then I did decks and fences in high school, and I was a framer in college.
Wow.
And after, and then
You did all the hardest things first, right?
Yeah.
Like, it sounds...
I tried to get out 3 times too, because it was taking a toll on my body. But that was in my career before I got into custom home building and management.
Okay.
And then I started as a laborer with a custom home builder down in Castle Rock. And 6 months later, I was running projects. I just would stay after work every day and learn from my boss, ask him all the questions I'd see when I was cleaning the jobs and helping with the trades. And then Brooke used to be my boss.
Nice.
So that's how our partnership started.
That's awesome.
And I worked for a few different custom home builders and learned a bunch of their strategies and took everything I liked from all theirs, and we threw them in our company.
Nice. That's awesome. I love that. And the fact that you were willing to take that leap, right? Like, I know that's a big thing that we talk about often on this podcast, is taking that leap into business ownership and building a team. And it's not easy. So, and I applaud you guys.
Yeah. It's exciting, but challenging.
Yeah. And you guys have built what sounds to be an amazing company already in 2 years.
Yep.
And also implementing some really cool things with AI, which really intrigued me when talking to you guys. Tell me a little bit more about like the AI things that you're incorporating into your business.
Yeah. So just on a day-to-day basis, we really focus on using AI for efficiencies and helping our team be as efficient as possible. And then we've expanded to using it for more technical things as well.
Okay.
And that will kind of play into a new company that we are starting.
Nice.
But there are
An AI company that
AI building technology company.
AI building technology.
Yes. And we have 3 patent pendings for those technologies that we've been developing.
Wow. You're ready to change the game.
And that's one of my goals.
Love it. I love it. Can you tell us
Our
more?
goals, I should say. One of my goals is to revolutionize the building industries.
Yes.
Can you tell us more, like any more details on the AI stuff, or you don't want to give too much away yet?
So the patent pending products are for government municipalities, specifically the building department,
Okay.
to assist them, which honestly assisting them assists all the rest of us.
Yeah.
So just trying to help them get more efficient and get permits turned faster and reviews done and inspections more, efficient. Because right now some of the systems they have are lackluster and
From the 18th century.
yeah, it's inspection windows again were 8-hour windows. Some are 4 hours. There's counties 2.
Yeah.
And so unless you're proactive and doing a whole bunch of work while you're waiting, it could be a waste of somebody's time. So
Right.
trying to help everybody out that way. So those are the building products. And then on the other end, we are building out an AI tool that will help out homeowners, the DIYers out there,
Okay.
who don't have the best budget to start with, but they still want to do something to improve their house. And so we're building a tool for them. And then we're building
Like a design type tool?
no, kind of like a management tool.
Okay.
It'll help them find trade partners, find vendors, understand code, understand how to prepare for inspections. They pull their own permits,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Wow.
Educating them on the steps they need to take and
Yeah.
writing checklists and due diligence steps that they might not be aware of.
Right. And contracts, right? Like that being a big piece where most homeowners and DIYers go wrong is we hire contractors without a contract. And, or don't understand what needs to be in the contract.
Right. And without asking proper questions and things homeowners might not even think about.
Right. That's huge. That you guys are creating that. Like that is really huge.
And then we have a couple other back end tools for other trades or GCs, builders, for their back end to help them be more efficient. Because a lot of people in the industry, at least on my end in the field, are good at operating and doing the work in the field, but they're not good at doing the back end and operating the business.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a big part of us being able to pour into our client experience is having the back end so organized and efficient. Then we're still able to give that personal attention to our clients so they're not feeling like technology is in the way.
Right.
They get the personal touch and we're using technology to be more efficient
Yeah.
and have that time to spend with the clients.
Wow. That is amazing. And you mentioned your trade partners. Who are your trade partners? What does that look like?
So the subcontractors is what they're commonly referred to, but we call them our partners because their success is our success. And so we really try to empower and enable them with all the information and tools they need on our projects and really treat them like partners instead of, subs to me kind of
Diminishes.
diminishes the connection and the partnership.
Value of what they're really bringing you guys.
Yeah.
So they know we have their backs and they have our backs, kind of, we call it the favor bank too. Leader bank. Yeah. So we help them with stuff when they need a hand and vice versa. And then they'll jump and help us too. So
That's great. I love the community you guys are building. And like you're not a custom building home community per se, right? Like that's not your thing you're necessarily going for, but that's what you're creating just naturally
yeah.
by how you treat your trade partners and how you're looking to educate your clients, and
Yeah.
you're creating a whole different type of environment for custom home building.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It needs the improvement, I feel like, and there's just better ways to do things.
Yeah. And you see it firsthand. You're in it from ground up, every day. And even before anything touches the ground, you guys are in it and you see all of the problems, and the fact that you want to go in and solve them is amazing. And you really are going to be revolutionizing the entire industry.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. So like dumb it down for me. I really like to get into like simple terms for things, especially just thinking back. I was a trucker before I got into real estate. And so in learning real estate and watching podcasts, like people would talk about things. I'm like, what do they mean? What are they talking about? So just simplify for us what type of client typically would come to you and what for?
Also be a homeowner that wants to do an addition on their custom home.
Okay.
Is our most common client right now. And then
Additions.
Yeah.
On an existing.
Mm.
Okay.
And which is actually the most complicated, I would say, because you're deconstructing somebody else's work and tying in your work to it.
Okay.
And so that's kind of a niche market, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is other builders tend to treat those as projects that are too small for them. So we're really getting a lot of clients like that. And then we have homeowners who are brand new, looking for a lot, and want to go through our pre-construction process with us, which gives them their plans, their engineering. It gets everything ready for permit,
Okay.
whether they choose to use us as a builder or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those people, I would say that's pretty much anybody who's looking for a custom home. We work in a lot of private communities, gated communities, or higher end communities as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm. And do you work then with builders, like these big builders to any degree?
You mean more like a Lennar or something, or?
Yeah, or Toll Brothers is what I'm familiar with in Springs. Like they're a big one, building all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Not particularly. They're more focused on lowest cost, highest production. This is more of a let's take our time and get this room exactly the way we want it and move on to the next space and the next space all the way through the end of the project.
Okay.
And very custom one-off builds.
Yeah.
A client directly.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of clients who want something their neighbors don't have.
Yeah. Like some super dope sunroom or something cool like that. Do you guys do like exterior stuff too?
Yeah.
Landscape pools?
Oh, we do. We'll do pool setup. We have a couple landscape partners that we refer the landscape to at the end. So we can focus at what we're specialized in. Landscaping's not entirely too complex unless you get into like outdoor TVs and entertainment spaces, and we do outdoor kitchens and spaces like that, and pool infrastructure. But at the end, we'd let everybody else come in behind.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And what about commercial? Do you do any commercial building?
Don't do any commercial yet. We can do tenant finish, and we do have a commercial client. But typically it's mainly residential projects.
Okay. Awesome.
Maybe one day we would rather be on the investor side, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What do you mean by that? On the investor?
Rather invest in multifamily or commercial projects.
Yeah.
We're part of a big network that has a lot of those kind of opportunities. So
buying into some commercial deals and collecting cash flow, right? Instead of having to.
Well, and the tax benefits, there's a lot of tax benefits there for real estate professionals, which you probably know.
Right.
And we try to utilize the tax code to our advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
I love it. What are some of your goals? I know you guys have lots. What are some of the most exciting goals that you have for the company right now?
Growing the company to scale and be very consistent throughout. So systems and training programs that really allow that client experience to carry over as we do scale and we don't lose that personal touch with our clients. And then expanding our other companies as well. So the AI building technology, and then also a real estate investment company and a private mortgage or private lending company, I'll say. So several different outlets to kind of carry over that same mentality of client experience and really taking care of people. And
big part of why we love Real Estate Dealmakers of Colorado, because it's all of that encapsulated together with our meet and greets. And
really great community.
Thank you. I mean, just having this conversation with you guys, I'm a little distracted, honestly, because now I'm just thinking of all the things we can do together furthermore, right? Like other than just us highlighting your company and bringing y'all clients and all the value you guys bring to all the people in the community. I'm thinking like, what can we do with the AI space? What can we do with, plugging in our Contractors of Colorado, our sister company, into your solutions for these tradesmen that are reliable and already vetted through our system, and just all the ways we can really mesh our worlds together further.
We really love the community. We found a lot of great partners here already, and
Good.
we just joined, I think, the beginning of the year. So.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Also, what do you guys think is the most important thing for somebody to understand before contacting your company? Or I'll just say that.
I would say the main thing you really want to focus on is understanding truly what you want and not being afraid to talk to your contractor that you're interviewing for a project about every detail, because the more information you can give them, the more accurate they can make their estimate and meet your budget, and which is a pretty common thing for a lot of people are hesitant to share their budget because of some of the stereotypes in the industry where, if I tell my budget, they're just going to max it up to reach that budget.
Right.
But for us, we want to know the budget so we can value engineer to meet it if they're a little bit lower than what the work they want might take.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, really having a good idea of what their goals are for the project, what they'd like to accomplish, and then also some prioritization of certain goals, because maybe their budget isn't going to allow them to get everything on their wish list.
Right.
If the contractor has a good idea of the priorities and the reasons behind those priorities, it helps get to the end goal of what they really are trying to accomplish.
Yeah. And maybe what they want can be done in phases, right? Like, all right, well, based on your budget, what's available, we'll do phase 1.
Yeah.
And you'll be satisfied with this for a bit. And then next year we'll look at doing this, right? Like, yeah.
I have several clients like that.
Yeah.
And lots of repeats who were like, I just thought of this. So yeah, totally right on point there.
Yeah. And then how do you guys partner with other companies, or what type of companies would you be looking to partner with currently?
Well, we're always looking for high level trades. We tend to keep more than one on our roster. We try to keep 2 to 3 for budget reasons, scheduling reasons, quality versus quantity. It really kind of helps us keep progress going on because we run several projects at once. I think right now we have 6 or 7 going. And so staying super organized and having the right guys on each job and not making them feel pressured or losing on our schedules, because that's, trying to hit all the metrics at once.
Yeah, because you want to keep them busy enough to keep them around.
Yes.
Yeah, and balancing that truly is a balancing act.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I think we have around 70 trade partners and vendors right now that we're working with.
Wow.
You have a big, huge directory. But again, with this community, having that trust and the quality expectation, and that's huge. And that's part of the tool we're building for DIYers is, the cheapest guy isn't always the best guy.
Right.
And definitely end up costing you more money to hire somebody cheap.
Yeah.
And we went in and quote unquote, I would say, saved a lot of projects that happened on where somebody else came in and took their deposit and did, 10% of the work the deposit covered and then disappeared.
And that happens all too often. And as you guys know, you were here for the event, the revealing of our co-membership with the Better Business Bureau.
Yes.
They have another a nonprofit division actually that they just started, and I met with one of the gals here last week, and that is the focus of this nonprofit is getting in contact with people who've been taken advantage of and been essentially displaced for one reason or another, right? Like if you hired a contractor to redo your house and then now it's a safety, your health concern, you can't even live there, or there's so many ways it can go wrong.
Oh yeah.
So they're helping families or helping people who have been taken advantage of by contractors, and then utilizing their nonprofit to bring in contractors and people who want to give and contribute to fixing what has been done.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't get to talk to him about that last week. That's really cool.
Yeah. I'd love to make an introduction
Absolutely.
with you guys and them because it seems like you're passionate about helping people, which
Yes.
that's what their focus is in that. And I would just love to see all the ways that we can bring that together. I would love for Real Estate Dealmakers to have a nonprofit sector where we have all of these different avenues that we're giving back, right? That we're
Love to be a part of that. 100%. Yeah.
We've actually talked about our own nonprofit eventually bringing in people who need to learn skills and trades and training them and coaching and mentoring them
right.
so that they can have a productive.
People who have gone through like a halfway house or sober or felons and oh yeah, that's amazing.
We are a partner with Impact Others, which is not focused on helping that kind of situation, but they give back to orphans and homeless kids all over the world.
Amazing.
And so there's a big drive they're doing this year for that. What is it called? The Dakota Project. And so they're going to provide 19,000 children with Christmas this year.
Oh, wow.
So that's really cool. And
Part of
drive too.
their mission is also setting up small businesses or companies, at least ways for those communities to make money, ways for those communities to support themselves.
Yeah.
And schools. And they do wells in Africa.
Wow.
They're really
Impact Others.
very cool.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that more. But yeah, I mean, we can put our brains together and create some cool stuff like that right here, specific to the real estate and contractor world, and just find a way to make something new.
There's a lot of people in need that we would be happy to help. So
Yes. Kind of off subject, but when you were talking to providing all these solutions, right, to your clients and a really customized customer experience, do you guys offer currently funding options? So if I come to you and I'm like, hey, I want to build a she shed in the back of my house, and I don't even know how to get the money for this or what type of loan to get, is that something you guys currently offer help?
We are aware of a couple of programs out there that we can connect clients with. We are working with one called Redefining. We don't have an in-house financing program yet, but there are some that we're aware of that are good quality programs.
Yeah.
We can connect homeowners with.
No, that's great. I was just envisioning that I know some people that may be the first hurdle.
right.
Is there, and they don't understand oh, I know I have equity in my house, but how much? What is my house really worth? How could I even get access to that money? What can it be used for? Right. So I think there may be some opportunity for us to even put our minds together, and I'd love to help
Absolutely.
kind of create a solution that's really streamlined for them with that.
Yeah.
That as a first point, and then once they know that, then they can know their budget. Then they can talk to you guys about what they want and how they want it to look.
Yeah.
We have a pretty high conversion rate, and usually that's the reason is, our budget's a little lower than what you guys came back at with numbers.
Right. Yeah. And so then it's all right, well, let's look at what options do we have? How much equity do you have in your house? Can you get a personal loan? Yeah. And just exploring that with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What else can you tell us about you guys? I mean, we sat here before we started recording and going over all kinds of awesome ideas and things that you're working on. Is there anything else you want to share with us about your company or what's next that you want the group to know?
Well, we just had another new member accept an offer to join our team yesterday. Her name is Suzanne, and she'll be an office manager for us.
Wow, that's awesome. Take a lot of load off of your back, Brooke.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. Yeah. She seems like she's going to be a really good fit. So
Good.
And then I'm mentoring a young man in the Springs, actually, which I'll connect you with him.
Nice.
He's wanting to get his GC license. So I know that Contractors of Colorado offers that, but he wanted what would you say? He wanted I personalized his whole program. So originally asked me to mentor him just for business and life in general. And then he's very focused on his faith, and so incorporating that into everything.
Amazing.
But after he asked for that, he was like, well, hey, will you help me get my DC license? And he asked that, you have to have a certain amount of experience and referrals, and then you got to be ready to take the test.
Right.
And so taking the test is actually the easier part.
Really?
I would say. I wish I would have took it probably 5 to 10 years before I did. But the experience in the field for him will be priceless too, because he is very green. Like right now he works on flipping multifamily units, like apartments when people move out.
Okay.
Which is
Cleanup or
like cleanup and then like floor replace, like general countertops, little quick updates. Which is great, but the margins are low.
Right.
And it's super competitive. And so he's trying to venture into the residential world on the DC end, excuse me. And so we've been bringing him to all of our projects.
Wow.
And he's getting his experience on permitted projects, because before, he was doing projects that you don't necessarily need a permit on most of the things he was doing, but like he did a flip without a permit and he got bit in the butt. Denver shut his gas off for 6 months on that property. So he wants to avoid that and then go in and understand how to manage trades at a higher level. So
That's amazing.
That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And he's also part of that investor network that we're involved with.
And so you're getting to help build your protege, right? Who will hopefully come in and help take a load off of your back at some point too. And
what we're hoping to do is, we'll see if he wants to do this, because I'm not going to pressure him, but if he'll partner with us, we'll give him all of our infrastructure and experience to run and start his company with, and then we'll have more. We can help more people across the Front Range, and then we'd like to get a partner up north.
Oh yeah. So he could be your Colorado Springs.
And then it would
Divergent essential.
whole Front Range.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Ideally, that's a longer term goal, but
I love that.
But he's very driven, motivated, and has kind of, aligns with our same vision and goals.
Yeah, that's great. And you were blessed to have these people find you, or you find them.
yeah,
Yes.
And it seems like it's just the right time when you really need it. You guys are growing and just finding ways to keep up with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very excited. I'm actually getting a lot out of it myself, because hearing me say things that I'm like, oh, well, I just told him that, but sometimes I'm not doing that.
Yeah. And just like you learn while you're teaching.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
My background, I don't know if you guys know, but is in real estate wholesaling.
Okay.
And I've done a couple flips, but one was not intentional, and I definitely lost my butt on it. So in wholesaling, like after my first year of doing it, I started teaching people how to do it. And I had only done like 15 deals at that point that I started teaching people. And there were a lot of folks that were like, what makes you certified? What makes you, in a position to go and teach people how to do something that you're new at? And I'm like, well, one, it's helping me learn what I've learned.
Right.
Like the more that I sit here and I can teach someone, it's sticking different, or I'm finding holes and like, oh yeah, actually I should be doing it that way because that makes more sense. That's why I'm telling her to do it that way. Okay, yeah, so let me improve my systems over here. And I love that process of getting to teach people.
Me too. I don't know who said it, but they say the best way to learn is to teach, like you said. So
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so. And so you mentioned permitting. So we'll just have a little education section of this podcast real quick.
Right.
As mentioned, I don't really know squat about like flipping for real. So like as a wholesaler, I'm just finding the deals.
Yeah.
And checking to make sure it's overall a good deal and understanding very, very basic level renovation expectations and costs. But
Yeah.
so permitting, this is like such a big topic of discussion, especially in Denver. I feel like even way more than in Colorado Springs.
Yes.
What is the importance of permitting versus not permitting? What are the obstacles that people face when it comes to that? And why does a general contractor need to be involved for permitting on buildings in some situations and some not?
Well, so in general, like for example, on a fix and flip, if it's cosmetic and you're just replacing what's there, then that's not necessarily going to call for a permit. If you're doing anything like relocating plumbing or infrastructure, electrical, you should be pulling a permit. And then especially if you're doing anything structural.
Yes.
And the permit is you going to the building department.
Yep.
Right.
The municipality that you're in. Yep.
And you're saying, hey, you're going to them before you do it.
Yes.
You're asking for permission, not forgiveness. Okay.
Yes.
That's where people go wrong, right? If they ask for forgiveness. Okay, so if we do it proper, we're going to go to the building department, ask for permission, tell them or give them plans of what we intend to do.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll have plans, and then depending on the scope, you'll have to have certain licensed professionals. If you can pull a lot of permits as a homeowner, which frankly is easier than us pulling it.
Right.
Which is what some contractors do when they don't have licenses. But the other thing that they'll ask for generally is a licensed electrician, plumber, and HVAC crew, because those are all high-level technical engineered systems generally.
Right.
On new homes, we have heating engineered plans, and then you'll have an electrical plan, which is part of that permit submittal. And then your plumbing locations kind of are dictated on the plans in general. So there's not necessarily, I would say, an engineered plan for residential. In commercial, you have to do it all through engineers.
Yeah.
But the benefits you get from it, one is that your records with the city are updated for sale, like appraisal and selling.
Right.
Two, it's another third-party set of eyes on the work. Other than
Because these are health and safety concerns, potentially, if they're wrong.
Another thing to think about with a fix and flip, whether you're going to do a permit or not, is asbestos and lead testing. And that's required for most permits now, regardless of the year. In a lot of the
Regardless of the age of the home?
a lot of the municipalities that we're coming across are requiring it.
I think it's actually the state that's requiring.
It is the state. It is the state.
That before you do anything that's past cosmetic, you're doing an asbestos and what?
Lead testing.
And lead testing.
Yeah, like lead paint.
Yeah, which the lead is not as much for the newer stuff, but I guess there's some materials that are coming from other countries that are still using asbestos in like joint compound and serine materials that have lower equations, but still have asbestos. So that's an important thing.
Why is meth not a thing in that list? Like, especially state of Colorado. Like,
In some cases.
yeah.
Well,
I've seen so many houses, and maybe it's because of my line of work in wholesaling. I'm typically dealing with distressed situations, distressed properties, but I've seen so many houses that there's evidence of meth either being made or smoked or used or whatever, like within the house. And so I almost feel like, and that's a health and safety concern.
well, and you can smoke there's VOCs, and I can't remember the other toxin that releases. Not something that you can't just wipe it off. You replace that product.
The whole drywall,
Yeah.
take it down to the studs. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Seen a couple of those.
yeah, I totally agree. I think that should be. We've seen a couple. We got called in on a few where like, hey, can you come give us a quote to help us fix this rental that our tenant just left? But like, well, how did the drain get totally corroded when it's stainless steel?
This big dark plume above the oven.
Ready. Pretty bad. Wasn't those?
Only one sink works.
Yeah.
Take the necessary safety precautions for the, safety of your trade partners and self and future homeowners.
Yeah. And so that you don't get delayed in permitting. Right. Okay. So you're asking for permission to be able to do this work. You're showing them that you're hiring the necessary professionals just to do the work.
Yes.
That's when they give you the permit
Yep.
to say, okay, you're good, get it done. Then they come back in and they inspect it once it's done.
Yeah. Well, it's throughout the whole process.
Oh, okay.
So it's certainly like on a new home, though, when you did excavate, they'll come do an open hole inspection to check the soil conditions, which prior to even getting to that point, you'll have to have done a soils test. They bore 10 to 12 feet down in the ground and do I think it's blow tests, and it gives you a very scientific report back and tells you, it dictates whether you want to be on footers or piers with your foundation, because we have expansive soil in Colorado. So you'll do that, then you'll have to inspect steel. There's several inspections there, and then they'll be coming in after your rough phases to check all the MEPs, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, framing, trusses. If you have low voltage for like security or sound systems or home automation.
Everything before insulation and drywall.
And then they also inspect insulation. And some municipalities do a screw inspection on drywall.
Wow.
Which is because they want you to do the right spacing and use non-corrosive screws, so that your drywall doesn't just fall off 10 years from now because it's been corroding for that long.
Yeah.
And then they will come in and check and do a final inspection and make sure all those systems still work the way that they're supposed to and they're still compliant.
Yeah. And then they sign off on the release of that permit.
And then when you're doing a new home, they'll give you a certificate of occupancy. So you can't be living in the home until that point.
Right.
On the additions and remodels, they don't generally do that. Sometimes it depends. I guess it
Depends on the size of the project and your municipality.
Okay.
And then there's extra requirements with efficiency energy codes.
Oh.
Because that's let's see, it's not growing, it's improving every year. And so they're trying to make homes more tight and efficient as far as like losing thermal value.
Yeah.
And then also cooling the unit and keeping it cool.
Yeah.
And the technology changes in our industry every couple of years, sometimes every year, but
yeah, for utilities and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So this whole permitting process, they like the one flip that I did, it was actually a burr, bought it, renovated it, rented it out, and then refinanced it. And it was great. It was a success. And we tore out a wall in the kitchen, and like there was nothing on that wall but cabinets, and it wasn't load bearing from what we could tell. I called my grandfather, who's a roofer, and I like had him look at the house and like satellite view and the general floor plan. And he's like, yeah, from what I can tell, it looks like that's not a load bearing wall, so you guys are good. So we rip out this wall, and then like people in the neighborhood who had come to see it or saw pictures were like, oh, did you guys get a permit? And I'm like, no, like, what do you mean? We didn't need a permit. To me, it was just cosmetic. But they told stories of how like the building department had shut down their projects or like made it damn near impossible because they had did the same thing with these houses that were designed the same way.
yeah.
And this non-load bearing wall that just had cabinets on it, but it was like a problem. We got away with it. It was fine. But from what I'm hearing is like, it really can be problematic.
Yeah.
Could be a big issue, yeah.
Yeah. But for good reason.
Right.
What I keep hearing from investors, the ones that are asking for forgiveness and not permission, I'm now seeing that like it makes sense that you want to do it that way. You want to get a permit and you want to avoid, like you said, if I'm hiring Joe Blow to put up drywall in my house with corrosive screws, and in 5 years, like my drywall is falling on my child or something,
Well, or all your textures nail popping and showing, signs of rust, and there's a lot of
Yeah, or if there's issues with the electrical work or plumbing down the line, and definitely come back on the contractor or the flipper as a liability.
Yeah.
I was just talking to one of our electricians this week, and he went on vacation on this new build down in Castle Rock, and it caught fire because the painter, so the original GC got let go and they brought in a new GC, and the electrician we work with was working with the first GC, but they loved him, so they kept him out of all the trades from the first crew. And they have a super complex electrical system. But anyways, the fire started because the painter took all their stain rags from clear coating or staining something, and you're supposed to spread them out and let them dry.
Yeah.
Well, if you throw them in a pile, they can spontaneously combust, and that's what happened.
From the fumes of the
The chemicals.
Wow. Wow.
And so it burned up an almost complete, like $2 or $3 million house.
Yikes.
And so little things like that, like electrical fire, spontaneous combustion, just being super careful on who you're working with. And I'm sure they know that.
And understanding the process yourself, right? And that's where like, bring this.
Things when you're walking a site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nuts. So who does that fall back? Like, who's liable in that case?
Well, in that case, that would be the GC who hired that trade.
Mm-hmm. The first GC. That was his.
The second GC.
Oh, okay.
The reason our electrician was involved is because the homeowner asked for him to stay on the project to complete it, which for him doesn't work very well because his schedule's already booked out. So this surprise job out of nowhere that's going to take 2 months to fix on his end alone is not ideal for his schedule. So it falls on the builder. But
the painter should be liable also. And the way that works is like our trade partners all are required to have general liability insurance and workers' comp or a waiver if they're just a solo owner of a company and they do all of the work themselves.
Right.
And then we have our own general liability policy as well. So if something like that were to happen, we would bring in their insurance as well. But we
all covered.
Make sure at all times that our trades are insured.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge liability to us as well.
Builder's risk insurance it's required on finance projects, but some homeowners are paying cash. So
then they
we recommend it because stuff can happen. The weather, tornadoes, whatever ungodly or not ungodly, but acts of God. So all that kind of stuff can happen. And sometimes you can't predict it. So
right. Yeah, but having the right protections in place is important because stuff happens. Yes. Wow. Are there any projects that you guys have worked on that you're most excited about or that you were most excited to see completed? Like, you get that sense of accomplishment when something's done, and
pretty much all of them for us is like that great sense of accomplishment when we have a happy client at the end who just loves their new space. But
we have an extremely transformative one that's wrapping. It'll probably wrap up in January.
Okay.
But it's a full where we redid the entire exterior, the addition, and then it's a partial remodel inside.
Okay.
And that'd be a big transformation.
And it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
We've had, like Brooke said, we worked on some extremely cool projects. That's one thing that I love about it. It's super fulfilling and it's stuff that nobody else does every day. And so that's why it's so exciting to show up to work every day for me.
That's amazing. That's the best we can hope for is doing something we love that we're passionate about and can get that fulfillment from. So for you guys to get that every day on every project, like that's awesome.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for everything you guys are doing. I'm grateful to have you in the community in Real Estate Dealmakers and look forward to doing all we can to help build your business, help you guys reach your goals, people to you, and just continue to grow together.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, we're excited to be your partner for sure.
Very excited.
Yes, thank you guys. Before we wrap up, if there's any way that somebody wants to get in contact with you, how would they do so?
So our website is divergentcustomhomes.com. And then we also have Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn pages.
Okay.
You can reach out to our... we have info@divergentcustomhomes.com.
Okay.
Or you could call.
Don't remember.
We have a 800 number, but if you need to get a hold of one of us, mine is 720-584-2906.
Sweet.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Thank you guys. And we'll be sharing this on YouTube, of course, and with you guys to help push that out there and get. I know you guys are building up like your social media content, what you're putting out there. So we'll make sure you guys get copies of this.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you guys. That's it for today's episode. Until next time.